I was having an affair with a married man. Hey Pimps and Simps, it's me, LT, and welcome back to another video. I'm basically just doing my natural hair routine. Okay, I'm gonna do my story time about I was having an affair with a married man, but I didn't know. As always, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you do get notified when I post. With all that being said, let's go right into this video. Okay, so my wash day routine actually starts for me in the shower. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I put my leave-in conditioner in my hair and then I do all that good shit. The main characters in this story are gonna be me. I'm gonna call the guy Brian. Once upon a time when I first started working at Pink in the mall, I was 18. I had just turned 18, this and this, and I met Brian. He was in the Pink store and he was like, I wasn't helping him, but he came to check out and I was at the register when he was checking out, right? Also, these are the products I'm using. OGX Moroccan Argan Oil, TGIN Double Buttercream, LE Pomated Honey Coil Custard. Came up to the register and, you know, I was like checking it out, you know, the beep, beep, beep. You know, at any retail store, bitch, you were like, oh, would you like to put a number in? Then I was like, can I get a phone number? He was like, if you do yours. I'll tell you a little bit about me. I was never the it girl, not the it girl bitch. And I went off to college, you know, I don't know if it's because the birds and the bees hit me a little later, because the boys were treating me differently in college, girl. Me finding this newfound passion for men, I was like, you know, then just laughing or whatever, and he's like complimenting me and this and this. I know this then, but I knew this, or I know it now because he told me. He was like, yeah, you bent over to get that bag and I could see your red thong. I said, but it's okay, then leave my ass, you know. Just kidding, your leggings are just really fucking see-through. I'm using a leave-in cream, oil, and then jelly. That's the order I'm putting my products in. He was saying everything that he was saying and do, and then here I go. I was like, I'm feeling it, you know, whatever. Why not? We're living life a little differently in college, please. And so I gave him my number. 1, why are you shopping in Pink? You know what I mean? And then he was like,
oh, I'm getting my mom and my sister something.
oh, what a family man. Stupid bitch. Later that night, I'm texting him, he's texting me, you know, a bitch was feeling bad or whatever. He's like,
What are you doing?
oh, nothing, just going home, da-da-da. You know, I'm feeling like that bitch right now because I just got my car. I'm not living with my mom at the moment, but I'm also like not living by myself. So it was like this whole thing.
You wanna go get food after work?
That doesn't sound too smart, you know? I just met this man. Dumb bitch alert, I went and did it. I go to get food. We go to this IHOP that's like 20 minutes from me, and I'm sitting here thinking the whole time, though, this bitch is 20 minutes from the mall, which means it's like 50 minutes from where I'm staying, right? No, c'est la vie. And then we're talking, do, you know, fucking feeling it, bitch. I'm in there feeling it, bitch, you know? And then after our date or whatever, he's sitting there talking to me, and he's like,
I'm not just here to be like joking around with you. I want another date and this and
get some help.
a girlie like me don't do this. So I was like, whoa, you know. I'm feeling like that, like, for a while. We just start going on these dates, I'm feeling it, blah, 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 blah. I move out, and then, you know, things get to popping. Stuff's going on, and then, like, you know, we're in this constant back and forth kind of shit, right? Break up, we get back together. Every time he's like, he don't seem like he's worried about like who I'm fucking with or, you know, anything like that, like what I was doing when we were on a break. And I'm like, he's just texting me, he's like,
baby, like, I just miss you and
da 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 da. And me,
Oh,
You know, all that head ass shit. The number one line.
There's no one else, you know, like, there's never gonna be anyone else for me like there is for you.
Bitch! It's like, head over heels, this. And also, I never told you guys, Brian at this time, if I'm 18, Brian is 27. So we're like 9 years apart too. Anytime me and Brian would break up, you know, I'd just be sitting there because something would be going on in my head like, you and Brian aren't gonna work, like, y'all are at different points in your life. Brian needs somebody who's ready to settle down and get married because Brian also has a child. And I'm thinking Brian's child is a mom and someone who's like really stable, not like 11 years older than the child. All that's going on.
No, I just don't want to be with you. I want to be with you.
I'm just thinking like, you know, maybe he does really want to be with me. Maybe I am the girl for him, you know? Maybe I can be a mom, have a mom life, and I'm okay. Me and Brian were on another break. On my, I think, 20th birthday, I made plans to hang out with Brian. Turning 20, I got a stable little man situation. I'm trying to... Brian works like 30 minutes from my apartment at the time. So I moved out, like I said, all this shenanigans, all this life shit happened. I moved out of the place I was staying at, my own apartment, Brian lives 30 minutes away, or works 30 minutes away. Brian is supposed to get off work at like 10:30 this night, right? So I done gone in the bathroom, I done got all ready. I got a dick appointment on the way. 10:30 comes around. I'm like, hey, you're on your way, right? Oh no, I'm stuck at work a little longer this. Oh, okay, whatever. So me just doing, and then time is passing, bitch. Like, time is running, bitch. And I'm like, what the fuck? So then it gets to be like a little later and I'm just like, what the fuck? So Brian's still not on his way and it's not making sense for the girls and the gays. I'm saying it's not working for me. Brian shows up with some little gift and I'm like, oh my God, this is why he was late, you know what I mean? And now he's here to see me, the person who says he's in love with. And then we do what we do. Tell me why, not even an hour later, this bitch gotta leave. I was hot, livid, upset. A bitch was pressed. It was done. We were done. I was done. After, there had been other things happening before, and like I said, we were like doing this whole on and off shit, and I was like, you know what? Every time I always come back, because every time I just be thinking like, it's cool, whatever, it's gonna work out this time. When that happened, there was no way. I was so hurt. What is this, drop me a DoorDash off? I say that because at this point, me and Brian weren't just like, on and off, like we were together, you know what I mean? So he was like my man's at this point. After all this ensued, but keep in mind this time, the pivotal moment, it gets more pivotal later. And then I meet my boyfriend. So this is in 2019. When I met Brian, it was 2017. So we had been doing this like on and off again shit for 2 years. I meet my boyfriend, love of my life, like everything's going great, you know, and then Brian is a very consistent presence in my relationship. And that's my fault because I shouldn't have, like, you know, and I'm just having dumb girl brain and I'm like, oh, Brian and I can be friends, like we don't have to be da-da-da-da. But that's not what Brian wants. I'm always getting these messages from Brian and everything, talking about some, baby, just leave him. He's young, he doesn't know this, and like, but then he'd also be like, whatever you want to do, I support you, just let me know. If I say I don't want to be with you because I want to be with my boyfriend, you're not going to support that, you're going to keep pushing. And that's going on for like 2 years. Brian's just like talking to me about this and this, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to be with my boyfriend. And me, multiple times explaining to Brian that we are at very different stages of our life now than we were dating. It's not meant for us. So at this point, I'm trying to curve you, bro, and you're trying really hard. And you're not taking no for an answer. Even though you're saying you're gonna take no for an answer, you're not. My boyfriend getting mad. We had all these instances, and like, this almost caused me and my boyfriend to break up. Was so prevalent and always just like popping up, and like, it's for no reason. And like, that's why I explained our age gap earlier, because I don't think age is something that like you have to rely on, you know, for people and how they're gonna act, because people just don't be acting their ages nowadays. Like, that is what it is. 9 years? I feel like you should be acting a little more mature than you were. Maybe that's just me. Maybe this was a couple months ago. So guys, keep in mind today, like, I'm not saying years ago. This was a couple months ago. Brian texted me, and I was just like, Brian, bro, like, cause me and my boyfriend had just gotten in a fight about all this shit. I was like, Brian, bro, like, we can't keep doing this. We're not gonna be together. Like, I just think we just shouldn't talk. Like, if I need to, bro, like, I will make the decision or the choice to just get out of your fucking life. And Brian's just like,
no, baby, like, I want to be with you still.
and I was like, I'm always gonna have love for you. Like, I will always have love for you. You know what I mean? But we are not at that place anymore. And it's just not working out. It's not giving what it was supposed to give. I said that, and then he said something back to me, and it was clearly giving like, no matter what you say, I'm gonna keep harassing you about it. Not cute. And I just didn't respond. Fast forward, I was like, I haven't been seeing Brian's like snaps or anything, you know? And like, usually Brian doesn't post a lot on Snap, but he posts something to where I feel like it's like consistent enough to where I know I would see something. My ass, because I want to be problematic.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you.
I go look up Brian's Snap name on my phone. The bitch is gone. I had to look too, and it was me checking his Instagram followers, and he's not following me. But you follow all these other girls, but you're not following me, the person you're supposed to be in love with, please. We came to the conclusion that I was blocked. I'm pretty sure I'm blocked, whatever the situation may be. I say all that to say, we fast forward to like 3 months ago. I was like, I want to do some investigating. So I get on Facebook, go to Brian's mom's page. Her page is like private, but you can still see some things. Boy, let me tell you, MTV Catfish, somebody needs to hire me. Because the way that my brain put 2 and 2 together to make 4, boy. And I'm looking, you know, just searching. And then I don't know what I saw, but I saw something, I saw that she had made a post and it said, happy birthday to my daughter-in-love. Pause. Right now, I'm listening to myself tell this story, and it seems like I'm like so not over the situation.
See someone that you know and they ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
But that is very much so not the case. If you know, you know. But I'm just so excited because this story is like crazy. Let me just disclaim that for you, but just try and drag me in these comments. But anyway, he said my daughter-in-law, boom, right? So here's my brain. I'm sitting here going through the interwebs, right? And so she tagged this daughter-in-law. A couple months previous to this, when Brian was still trying to talk to me, but I was like, bro, I'm happy where I'm at, you know what I mean? And he was not taking that for an answer. I found some evidence showing that Brian was married. I'm married, bitch. I go and I like track back and I text Brian and I'm like, what's up? We're homies at the end of the day, you know? Like, no hard feelings, no feelings lost, no love lost. Cause like, I truly did love Brian, like as a person, you know what I mean? Like, that's always gonna be like my dude. I was like, I'm not married. Oh, let me tell you this corny ass line. He said, I was gonna get married, but then I realized how much I want to be with you. Moving forward, I was like, okay, okay, because this post was like kind of around the time where he said he wasn't married, like they had just gotten divorced, right? Why daughter-in-law's Facebook hyphenated last name still Brian's last name? But y'all aren't together, right? But that marriage certificate didn't go through, right? Girl, I've proved my theories, but like, why not just know how deep it runs? I'm not no half-ass bitch. When they got engaged, I found when they got married, some more photos from the wedding that didn't happen. I found other pictures of them like going out as the new Mrs. and Mr. Brian. On top of all of that, I start checking back on dates. There's no way, there's no time you had time and all that when we were supposed to be, you were supposed to be so in love with me and this and this when we first started dating. So then I also go to find out that daughter-in-law is actually Brian's child's mother. The day they got engaged was approximately 27 days on a trip that Brian not only was planning to propose to this lady on, but also asked me if I wanted to go on, so was banking on the fact that I would say no. I say all that to say, Brian was still spinning this hot game like he's so in love with me and deep, right? But approximately,
Jesus Christ.
remember I said 27 days before my birthday, that same birthday that in the very beginning, I was telling you guys that Brian and I did adult things. So Brian was still sleeping with me while and after he got engaged to daughter-in-law. And on top of all of that, he was still sleeping with me, dating me, and just dying over the fact that, oh, I can't live without you, and this, and you're the person I want to be with, and blah, 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 blah. But that whole time, you were still seeing the mother of your child, who is now daughter-in-law, who is actually Mrs. Brian. And they got married like a year after that, which means that for at least the entirety of their marriage, pretty much, Brian has still been trying to talk to me and hit me up. I'm gonna switch over to a voiceover part. Oh my gosh, sorry girl. Okay, so I wandered off, so I did not get to finish telling you the tea. But so anywho, all that happened with Brian, and I found out that Brian had basically been with this lady who he is now married to the entirety of our relationship. Or that's my theory. That's what I think. And yeah, and throughout that, I had no idea. Like, I really thought that Brian was a single man, or at most, if he wasn't single, or not single, but he was just single sleeping around, like, is at most. I did not think this man was married. I think this man was in a whole ass another committed ass relationship. And yeah, and so that is the tea about Brian, and that is what changed me from a simp to a pimp, because I could never get caught out here in these streets acting like that ever again. But yes, now I'm just gonna blow dry my hair, and I realized that the secret to blow drying my hair is to first blow dry around, so it creates that nice little perimeter crust, and then you go in and start scrunching, and that's what really gives you that like length retention as well as a little bit of volume. So anyway, yes, Pimps and Simps, that is the story. Guys, let me know what y'all think. Let me know. Have y'all ever had a Brian in your life? Let me know. But moral of the story, ladies, don't be out here sleeping with married men, even if you don't know. Period. Or just don't be dumb like me, bitch. Don't be dumb. But anyway, yeah. So I love you guys, and I will talk to y'all later.